Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, I want to take a look at these cryptocurrencies: Algorand, Internet Computer, Near, Ondo, Pendle, and Tao. And I'll show you where I'm looking to make entries for all of these cryptocurrencies. This is part 2. I already covered 5 other cryptocurrencies in part 1, which I released on Monday. And so if you haven't seen that video, you can check that out, or you can see all the entries in the trading spreadsheet at the end of this video. But before we dive on into all of this, this is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. And while I appreciate that so many of you are hopping in here from all over the place, you've got to hit that subscribe button. I'm going live multiple times a week. I have a members only live stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays, regular live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, except for next week. I will be in Nashville during the Bitcoin conference. So hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification button as well. And remember that the first 50 followers who sign up for BingX using the referral link in my profile will get $50 free for signing up. If you are in the UK or the United States, you will need to download a VPN. I prefer NordVPN. There's also a referral link for that in the description of this video. And so you can set up entries on these cryptocurrencies as well. And there's other perks as well for BingX. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on into this. And so today with Bitcoin, we are seeing the anticipated weakness that I have been saying that we would see. And the reason why, first of all, positive. We are back in the range, the 18-week range that we were in from February 28th until very recently, till early July, late June. And so we're back within the range. We are within the bull market support band. We're not above the bull market support band, but we're above every key moving average. There are certainly levels of support and resistance above us. The 20-week SMA is right above us, things like that. But I am expecting Bitcoin to go back down to the bottom of the range. The monthly high was a good place of interaction, but then this 786 fib from the new all-time high, that's a zone that I'm looking for an entry, potential entry. And then again, okay, that's about $60,000. If we go down there, maybe we might as well just hit the CME futures gap at 58.5. All of those things are in play, but I'm not surprised to see a red day for Bitcoin right now. And that's going to set us up well for potential entries with these altcoins. Now, one of the altcoins has filled. It is in the yellow box. Nakamoto Games is a small enough cryptocurrency. It's the only real small cap that I have on this entire list, and it is within the zone. This is something that I don't have availability to long or short, so I'm just buying spot for Nakamoto Games. And my take profit level is now on the spreadsheet. It's $1.40. My stop loss level is below this wick right here. It's at about 87 cents. So if I lose to 87 cents, okay, I lost 20% of my investment. It happens, but I'm very much thinking that this is going to not go below the bottom of this yellow box right here. That is my level that I'm looking for, and I'm okay with this really not being invalidated until it for sure puts in a lower low on the daily. Now, the cryptocurrencies that I do have that I've added to the spreadsheet, I have here, we have first Algorand. This is a swing pattern failure trade, and so I'm looking at the first green candle before the higher high on the daily chart. This is a very typical thing. Higher high has been put in on the daily. First green candle. Draw a box from wick to wick, and here you go. And my entry is at the top of that box. I think there is going to be a higher low put in. I mean, there already is it's going to be a higher low, and it would be invalidated at a lower low. I think it's very likely that there will be a higher low put in, and this box right here will be an ideal zone for an entry. I'm preferring to choose the top of the box with low leverage. If it were to get down to the bottom of the box, I might use a little bit higher leverage, but $1, it's on the spreadsheet, about 13.78 cents is my entry on Algorand. Next, we have Internet Computer. This is not a swing pattern failure entry. Actually, it kind of is. You could say it is, but I'm more so, there's just a lot of confluence here. So if I were to make this a swing pattern failure trade, this is, let me show you what it would look like, because it just even further shows a lot of confluence here. It would be within this, a very thick entry here, but You know, I mean, that this is a good thing. This is a bottom of a range that I think that we did have a breakout above the top of the range. I think that was a false breakout. I think that Internet Computer is going to go down to the bottom of the range, and that's going to be a good entry. And we see two levels that are very close together in terms of confluence. Now I'm choosing the pink line and not the yellow box. So $8.57 is my entry for Internet Computer. It could certainly wick below that. Maybe it would go down into the box here for a swing pattern failure entry. Whatever the case, I'm in, and I do think that this is going to be a good trade. Near is next. This is again a swing pattern failure entry. This is on the aggressive side, because I mean, looking at how strong Near was over the last few days, that doesn't bode well. It doesn't seem like this is like, is it really going to go that low? Because that's actually very close to putting in, if it got to the top of the box, if it got to the bottom of the box here, that would be very close to putting in a lower low if it just wicked below the bottom of the box, which makes me think that it's not going anywhere near the bottom of this box here. And I'm actually very much interested in opening a long at the top of the box and not the bottom. And so we'll see that on the spreadsheet at the end of this video. Ondo is next. Ondo is not a swing pattern failure trade. We have not even put in a higher high on the daily chart with Ondo, but the big thing that I've been looking at with Ondo is just look at how perfectly Ondo has held the 20-week SMA. It's held it so well, and then I was wondering what would happen as the 20-week SMA rose, and as we got to this level here, the top yellow line, that I thought it was going to break down and lose support and go down to 70 cents. That is still very much a possibility, which is why we need to have a tightened validation level here. But I do think that we are eventually going to get back to this yellow line and hold it as support, and that there will be a bounce off of there. And on the bounce, no matter what happens, I will be expecting to take some off the table and move my stop loss to an entry, just in case this is a false breakout, because this could certainly be a false breakout. We see stuff like that happen all the time. So, all right, bounce off the level. I very much do believe it will bounce off of there and then take 50% profit, even it's at $1.02 right now. So that's a 98 cent entry. Even at something like $1.10, I'd be very interested in taking some profits, maybe even lower than there. So playing it a little bit safe with Ondo, but always going to keep some in, moving the stop loss to entry. Next, we have Pendle. Pendle is holding up pretty well after its most recent pump, had a couple of indecision candles there, and now it may end up being another red day for Pendle, very, very barely red day. This is a swing pattern failure trade. And again, looking to the box, and I'm choosing the top of the box, the top of the candle, not the bottom of the candle. So the top of the candle is around $3.80, a little bit higher than $3.80. That is my entry for Pendle. And Tao is also a swing pattern failure trade. We have a higher high on the daily, higher than this previous high from July 10th. And so now we're looking at the first green candle before the initial pump to the higher high. This is what I'm looking at. This one, I'm probably going to use pretty high leverage, because the tops can be pretty tight here before seeing confirmation, any confirmation of a lower low. So Tau is 260 or so. We'll see that on the spreadsheet here. So on the spreadsheet, you can see all my entries here: 37.81 cents for Cardano, 13.77 cents for Algorand, $8.52 for Internet Computer, $19.80 for Injective, $13.18. We're pretty close to that on Link. That one's going to, I think, be a pretty good trade there. Nakamoto Games has already filled, $1.12. Near $4.76. Solana, $136. Ondo, $9.76. Sorry, not $9.76, 97.6 cents, excuse me. I'll fix that after this video. Pendle, $3.81, and Tau, $262. I think that, I don't know if every one of these is going to fill, but I think that these are going to be really good entries that a lot of traders are going to be looking to make on all of these. So that's all I have for today. Remember to sign up for BingX, and if you need to use a VPN, NordVPN is my recommendation. Sign up, get 3 free months on that. Otherwise, and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, all that. Join the channel as a member. We have members-only live streams Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m., except for next week because I'll be in Nashville. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful rest of your week, and I will most certainly be seeing you in another video. Peace.